In this video, we're going to talk about a couple other maintenance items you can do while you're in quarantine. One of them is cycling your winch. Now, in the winch class, I always go over that you should cycle the winch so many times a year just to keep everything functioning and working. We're going to do that now because you're quarantining your home. It's a perfect opportunity to cycle that winch. So, first thing I want to do is make sure the power out feature is working. So the vehicle is running, remote is plugged in, it's out of the way so it won't get tangled. I'm just going to power out slightly. Go out a couple feet. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to build up heat and friction. So I just power out so far, make sure that function's working. Now I want to reach underneath and engage free spool. I'll pull out 10-15 feet. Make sure free spool is working well. Now it's still within that range of everything else on here is nice and tight and under the pre-stretch. So I don't want to go past my 20 feet because you're always pulling out 20 feet. But I want to stay in that range enough to cycle it through. Make sure I re-engage the winch. Now I want to just slowly winch it in, just enough to keep everything functioning. This is also a great time to inspect anything you need to inspect also. Now the next thing we want to check on, inspect, and maintain is the high lift jack. Now it depends if you have the high lift jack inside your vehicle or outside your vehicle, like most mount. When it's outside the vehicle, it's out of the way and it's handy, but what you also have to watch for is the elements. You'll get dust, dirt from rain, things like that. It'll collect a lot of dirt. Then when you go to use it, it's not going to function very well because it's been out in the elements. So keeping a little bit of WD-40 in your vehicle, or you could use regular oil if you need to, but just to lubricate everything up, make sure it works. And you can see how the lever is actually sticking. There, I got it to function. Now I just want to cycle everything. Now, this one's just going to get a nice little shot. I want to go through all the gears, all the spots that slide and function and move on the jack. Now this one I already have off the vehicle, so I'm going to just show you what you want to do with this one. Spray all the components. Make sure everything is nice and lubricated and clean. You want to cycle the lever up and down. Slide the jack, make sure everything functions. Make sure all of the features cycle. And by getting it to move like this, you're getting all of the features to shift and move. And you can also watch and see all the different spots that cycle. And there's all the different ones you want to make sure are lubricated. Jack up so far, then jack it back down. Make sure everything is cycling. Now you can see how everything is nice and lubricated. If it was on the vehicle, if you have the ability to keep this covered, to keep the dust and the grime out of it, great. But I know a lot of you don't have that kit or that bag. So you always want to make sure everything is lubricated and ready to go. Carrying a little bit of WD-40 or other sort of lubricant along is a great thing to have just so when you do need it, it's ready to go. You can spray it down, cycle it, then it's ready to work.